Welcome back, children. We are now on the third week of our new normal educational system. Our lesson is about noting significant details. My name is Mrs. Kimberly Gimena-Rasalan, Teacher 1 from Hulu Elementary School. Enjoy watching! Hey kids, it's our English time! Before we start our lesson proper, I want you to complete the phrases inside the cloud text. Say what you like about yourselves. The following sentence frames may be given. Very good, kids. Great job. All right. So in listening a story, there may be some words that are unfamiliar for us. So I picked out two words. This is a clay. We can use clay to form objects such as pots. Clay is a kind of soil. So the underlined word is clay. Touch and press the clay. Is the clay hard or soft? Why is clay soft? So with the use of the context clues, you may be able to answer the questions. The second one. This is Kabunian. Some Filipinos a long time ago called their god Kabunian. Do modern Filipinos believe in gods and goddesses? How do modern Filipinos call God? Look at the pictures below. Here are people from many parts of the world. Look at them. Describe the children in the pictures. How are they similar? Very good. How are they different? All right. In what way are you different from them? That's great. In the story you are going to listen to, let us find out why people have different colors. And always remember that each of us is different from others. We have our own physical appearance and characteristics. This is Kabunian. Some Filipinos a long time ago called their god Kabunian. Do modern Filipinos believe in gods and goddesses? How do modern Filipinos call God? Before reading the story, you have to complete the KWLH chart first. So what do you know about it? You can share it. What do you want to know? Okay. Then later on, you are going to answer these questions. What have you learned? And how can you learn more? Remember that in listening a story, you have to listen attentively and refuse from making any kind of noise. Enjoy listening! The story is entitled Black, White, Brown by Nama N. Hermosa. Once upon a time, there were no people. There was only the earth and the god Kabunian. He said, "The earth is a beautiful place, but who will take care of it? I will make people." Question. How do you think Kabunian make people? You can say some guess. Oh, that's a good idea. Let us continue. In the afternoon, Kabunian got some clay. He worked for a long time. When he finished making a man, it was night. The color of the night became the color of the man. He is too dark, Kabunian said. Do you think Kabunian liked the black man he made? What do you think he will do next? That's great. Let us find out. The next morning, Kabunian woke up before sunrise. He got some clay. He made a man. When the sun came up, Kabunian saw the man. He is too white, Kabunian said. Question. Did Kabunian like what he made? What do you think he will do next? Great idea again. So Kabunian got more clay. He made another man. It was noon. The hot sun made the man brown. I like this brown man, said Kabunian. Kabunian sent the men to different parts of the earth. That is why there are black people and white people. That is why Filipinos are brown. This is our story. Have you enjoyed the story? Have you wrote down the important details happened in the story? Very good, children. That's great. Keep up the good work. The meaning of noting details is a brief record of something that one has written down on paper. This may be a statement, a quote, a definition, or a phrase one may have written down in order to remember. This noting of details may be used later in a speech, an essay, or any other type of future reference of written or oral form. Noting details is vital to reading comprehension. In fact, it can be said that the foundation of literal comprehension and comprehension as a whole is noting details. This lesson highlights the identification of significant details in a text. This involves the process of noting essential information that texts provide. This process allows you to notice the events, characters, and other information highlighted by authors or writers. You are expected to demonstrate understanding of the text elements to comprehend various text types, and note significant details portrayed in the selections or passages. Are you now ready in answering your learning tasks? I will help you in doing that, so listen carefully. Read and examine the selection below. It is entitled A Tube by Cynthia Sherwood. We all sneeze sometimes. Sneezing is a reflex that your body does automatically. That means you cannot make yourself sneeze or stop one once it has started. When you sneeze, your body is trying to get rid of bad things in your nose, such as bacteria. You have extra germs when you have a cold, so you sneeze a lot more. You might also sneeze when you smell pepper. Inside your nose, There are hundreds of tiny hairs. These hairs filter the air you breathe. Sometimes, dust and pollen find their way through these hairs and bother your nasal passages. The nerves in the lining of your nose tell your brain that something is invading your body. Your brain, lungs, nose, mouth, and the muscles of your upper body work together to blow away the invaders with a sneeze. When you sneeze, germs from your nose get blown into the air. Using a tissue or sneezing into your sleeve captures most of these germs. It is very important to wash your hands after you sneeze into them, especially during cold and flu season. Do you ever sneeze when you walk into bright sunlight? About 25% of people experience this phenomenon. Scientists believe that the brain gets confused when signals from the optic nerve trigger the sneezing reflex in direct sunlight. This usually runs in families. If someone nearby sneezes, remember to tell them Gesundheit. That is a funny-looking word which is pronounced Gesundheit. It is the German word that wishes someone good health after sneezing. Learning Task 1. Note details by answering the questions below. Write your answers in your notebook, activity sheets, or paper. Number 1. Which parts of your body work together when you sneeze? Number 2. What does the German word Gesundheit mean? A. I wish you good health. B. I wish you God's blessings. C. I wish you a good day. D. I wish you would stop sneezing. Number 3. Why do some people sneeze when they walk into bright sunlight? For learning task 2, have you seen an owl? Read a selection and find out details about this wonderful creature. Then, choose the letters of the correct answers. Write your answers in your notebook, activity sheet, or paper. So after reading the selection about an owl, kindly answer 6 questions. Letters only. Learning Task 3. This is Jessa. She will share with you why she is proud of her family. Are you also proud of your family? Read the lesson below and answer the questions on the next page. Write your answers in your notebook, activity sheet, or paper. So kindly read the selection about Jessa. Read it properly so you would be able to answer the questions correctly. So here are the questions. You can use your module as your reference. 1. How old is Jessa? 2. How many members are there in her family? 3. Where does Jessa live? 4. What job does Jessa's father have? 5. Is Jessa's mother a teacher? 6. How many brothers has Jessa got? 7. Is Tristan older than Laura? 8. Who gives great advice in the family? 9. What kind of a girl do you think is Jessa? 10. Why do you think Jessa is proud of her family? So you can write your answers in your notebook, activity sheet, or paper. Always remember that details are small pieces of information that support the main idea. They tell something about people, events, things, time, objects, circumstances, situations, and manner. There are two types of details, Implicit and explicit. What is implicit? So implicit details are used to describe or define a general state. These are the details that we can't really see. These are details that are implied but not easily expressed. How about explicit? Explicit details are the specific details that we can see and are measurable. These details are stated clearly. So noting details is a reading comprehension skill that involves picking out from a piece of text information to achieve a given purpose. These details are the ones that good readers notice and authors use to emphasize the events, characters, and other details in text. Basic types of text. Informational or factual text informs, instructs, or persuades reader by giving facts and information. Its purpose is to describe a place or thing using facts. It retells events which may have already happened in time order. It classifies, describes, and gives factual information about people, animals, things, or phenomena. It also gives instructions on how to make or do something. Literary text entertains or elicits an emotional response by using language to create mental images. Literary text's purpose are to describe people's characters, places, events, and things in an imaginative way. It retells events from novels, plays, films, and personal experiences to entertain others. Learning Task 4. Read the selection and note the details by answering the questions below. Write your answers in your notebook, activity sheet, or paper. So you can use your module as your reference regarding the selection. So this is the continuation of the selection. So after reading the selection, please answer the 5 questions that follow. Learning Task 5. What do you usually imagine? Have you ever experienced strange things in your classroom? Find out as you read the story. Then answer the questions that follow. Write your answers in your notebook, activity sheet, or paper. So the selection is entitled Walking on the Moon. You can use your module. So after reading the story, kindly answer these questions. Number 1. Where is the setting of the story? A. Saturn, B. Outer space, C. A town, D. A science classroom. Number 2. In the sentence, I was hovering in the air, way above the school. What does the word hovering mean? A. Floating, B. Dreaming, C. Walking, D. Jumping. Number 3. Why are the words floating through the air like a helium-filled balloon? Your travels will not stop until you reach the moon, written in italics. A. The teacher thinks they are important. B. They are words the student says. C. They are words from the video. D. The words on the disc are important. Number 4. In which sentence does the word bound have the same meaning as the sentence, I was bounding over to something in the distance? A. The sticks were bound in a bundle. B. The rabbit wheel bound through the field. C. My book was bound at the printers. Or D. There is a bound to be a change of plans. Number 5. Why does the main character not know if the trip really happened? A. The main character was sitting in a desk when the video ended. B. The metal disc was gone and the main character did not have any proof. C. The main character had difficulty remembering the order of events. Or D. The solar system video is still being shown. 6. Which event happened first in the story? A. The main character is hovering above the town. B. The main character reads the word on the disc. C. The main character picks up a sparkling metal disc. Or D. The main character is sitting at the desk. 7. What would be another title for the story? A. The Great Class Field Trip. B. The Living Moon. C. The Magic Metal Disc. Or D. The Solar System. You have to remember that details are small pieces of information that support the main idea. They can either be implicit and explicit. One of the important skills needed in understanding details is known as noting details. Noting details is a reading comprehension skill that involves picking out from a piece of text information to achieve a given purpose. Text information may be taken from either informational, factual text, and literary text. So noting details is very important while reading a story. You can use the answers for the following questions. So you have to listen carefully while somebody is reading. For learning task 6, read and answer the questions below. Write your answers in your notebook, activity sheet, or paper. So you have first to read the story entitled, Why Does Ocean Have Waves? You have your module as your reference, so you can use your module in reading the selection. And then after that, you can answer the questions that follow. So after reading the selection, here are the questions at the bottom part of this slide. So number 1, what creates waves? Number 2, what could be an obstruction to waves? Number 3, why do you think the wind is the most common cause of wave creation? Number 4, what are some causes of hazardous waves? And number 5, what is another name for a very long wave? So children, Do you have any question regarding the lesson? Is it clear to you? Is there anything that you want to clarify? Okay, that's great. It seems that you really understand our lesson. It has been a great day, children. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you've learned something new from this video lesson. God bless and always be safe. Thank you.